Dr. Obe, all's good from your side. All right.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, and very good morning to everyone. Welcome to our 2 hour session. We are so glad to be here, and thank you also for joining us during Saturday. Supposed to be your leisure time. Let me share the screen. I think I just go for the entire screen, easier. Okay. All right, I believe you can see my screen. Here are the slides. So we are going to have like a quick introduction about what is going on in terms of the artificial intelligence and all the technologies that are related to artificial intelligence. And then we will see the current state of the art of artificial intelligence and what is going on in terms of the artificial intelligence tools, artificial intelligence as a technology, and what is the future of artificial intelligence. So we are going to go through an introduction, mainly AI for productivity. Then we will hit on prompt engineering and context engineering, as I believe this is the most important skills for everyone to have as long as you are going to use AI tools. And I would highly recommend, and if you allow me, I would insist that we have to focus on upskill ourselves on prompt engineering, context engineering, and meta prompt. I will try to share as much as possible today with you for AI. I mean, for the prompt engineering, context engineering, and meta prompt. So I believe in the coming sessions, and you can always also join us to our courses. Then we can work together to upskill ourselves even more. Sorry, and then we will look at some tools related to research and knowledge work, content creation and communication. We are going to focus on Notebook LM, how to utilize this tool and how to maximize the usage. I believe everyone should use Notebook LM currently at work, for your personal things, and for everything that you think about. Notebook LM is going to be the best solution. First of all, it's free. Definitely, it's not 100% free. It comes with the free limitation of Gemini, the daily limitation, but it is considered as one of the best tools to be used currently. And then we will look at how to build a web app. And this web app, we are going to use it for data analysis. And I believe later on, you are going to be having a lot of things to start to think about and to use. All right, so we'll start with the introduction to AI for productivity. Before I'm going to start, let me ask you, what do you think if you are going to describe AI in one word? Can you write in the chat? If I'm going to describe AI in one word, what would I say? Yeah, just the chat. So how do you describe AI in one word? All right. Nice. AI as my mate. Okay. Okay, so assistant. And then personal assistant, yes. Okay, second brain, nice, helpful, visionary, yes. Advanced magic tool. Okay, so magic tool. So AI is as a tool. So yes, say AI as a tool. Revolutionary, yeah, exactly. Helpful, useful, partner. Oh, that's nice. AI as a partner, dictionary, transformative. Okay, can I say fast? I think you already mentioned efficiency, or can I say smart? Do you think AI is smart? Do you think artificial intelligence is as smart as a human? Or it is going to be as smart as a human? Or it is already smarter than a human? Smart but drunk at times. Nice. Smart but drunk at times. So smart but drunk at times. I think this is what we call it hallucination, the AI hallucination. This is what we are going to talk about later on. AI hallucination. It is considered as one of the most challenge part, I think, in AI currently. And to work on this kind of challenge, it's about definitely about improving our prompt, using a prompt engineer, using meta prompt, using context engineer. We are not going to get rid of this challenge. Even developers, they are not going to be able to solve this issue 100%, but there are a lot of ways we can reduce the hallucination as much as possible. Okay, all right. Automation, not smart as a human. Yeah, not smart as a human. Okay, not smart as a human. Okay, so this is what we will look at, whether it is as smart as a human or not as smart as a human. Okay, so next, let me ask this question. Do you use AI every day? Do you use AI tools every day? Yes. Okay, I would say yes. Majority seems yes. And how many tools do you use every day? Like, what is the number of the tools? Or what do you think the number of the tools that we have in the market currently? 3 tools? 2 to 3? All right. So these are the tools that you are using. So what do you think? How many tools do we have in the market currently? Quite a number in the market. Yes, exactly. Quite a number. A lot. Like how many? Do you think there are like 100? Tons of them? Do you think we have tons of them? Gemini, ChatGPT, Claude, 10 maybe? Thousands? No, do you think we have thousands? So the number of tools we will look at. All right, every single thing that we use nowadays, an algorithm behind it. Yes, exactly. Yes, everything that we use, there's an algorithm behind it. All right, so we will look at the number of the tools. You might be surprised by the number of tools that we have soon. We are going to look at them. Millions? Do you think we have millions? All right. So do you think AI will replace jobs? Or will replace all jobs? No. Okay, I would consider it as false. AI is not going to replace jobs. And do you think AI can think like a human? Yes, it's replace a lot of jobs. At the same time, you're creating many more jobs. Nice. Thank you so much. Replacing jobs, but creating more jobs. Yeah, this is what we are going to look at as well. Yes, companies are reducing the number of people. People are losing jobs. Okay, all right. Can mimic a human thoughts process. AI can mimic a human thoughts. So should I say this is true? AI doesn't have feelings. Yes, AI doesn't have feelings. Oh, I think this is what we should also look at later on. So you will look at whether AI can have feelings, AI can have emotions, AI can be empathy, telepathy. Okay, all right. Okay, all right, for sure. feelings. Okay, thank you so much for the answers. Thank you so much for your collaboration. So let's look at what is next. So looking at artificial intelligence, I would say we should look at machine learning, deep learning, LLM, AGI, and ASI. And you might be like not aware of AGI and ASI. AGI, it is considered as, or it stands for Artificial General Intelligence, and ASI stands for Artificial Super Intelligence. And this is what's going to be the next generation of artificial intelligence. Currently, we are in the era of Gen AI, generative AI. Next is going to be AGI, and then after AGI is ASI. And this is what a lot of high-tech companies, they started to talk about since 2020. So many of those high-tech companies, even the developers of AI, they were talking about since 2020 started talking about AGI and ASI. We are going to look at the capabilities of AGI and ASI and what is the current state of the art of AI. So talking about AI, it is all because of the big data. By the way, artificial intelligence, just to speed up the process with our introduction, artificial intelligence as a technology is not considered as a new technology. If I ask you when was if I ask you when was the first time you heard about artificial intelligence, you might think like when you started using ChatGPT, like in 2022. You might think like 10 years ago. Maybe some of you have studied artificial intelligence during their undergraduate or postgraduate, but artificial intelligence is quite old. It is a technology for 8 decades. The first time scientists released and started talking about artificial intelligence as a technology, it was back to 1956. Yes, 1956. So I would say almost 80 years. Okay, so you may ask, what makes this technology on high demand currently? Everyone talking about artificial intelligence. Every company, they want to implement artificial intelligence. Today also, we are talking to each other, talking about artificial, and because of the artificial intelligence. So it is all because of the big data. If you ask me personally, I would say the demand currently on artificial intelligence, it is because of the big data, because of the technology of the big data, because of the data continuously increasing. So we need to find a way to handle this huge amount of the data. We used to handle data manually. Currently, we cannot handle data manually because of the huge amount of the data. Then we need to automate the process of working on the data. Then AI considered as one of the solutions to handle this huge amount of the data. Okay, so that's why there is a huge demand on AI currently. And you may ask, okay, what makes artificial intelligence started since 50s? It was because of the first computer machine came to the market. It was during 50s. Then scientists in that time, they were thinking and they were looking at how to make those computer machines to think like a human, to act like a human, to answer questions like a human, and just to do whatever human they do in their daily routine. Okay, so that's why we have artificial intelligence as old as this, and that's why we have the current demand or the huge demand on artificial intelligence. And as long as artificial intelligence is trying to be like a human, or to think like a human, or to act like a human, answering questions like a human, then what are the artificial intelligence domain? In short, I would say these are the main domains. You may find in the market, or you may search, and you will see that artificial intelligence has more domains. Yes, but mainly the basic of those, or the base of those domains, they are those domains over here. So we have the algorithms, which are the tools that they are going to help artificial intelligence to understand the human data. And all of those considered as a statistical, mathematical algorithms for understanding human data. And then what is the human data, and how computer machine or how those models going to understand the human data? We have natural language processing. Natural language processing considered as the method that is going to help machines, computer machines, to understand the human language. So that's why now we can talk to the machines. That's why we can answer, and we can we can ask and we can get answers from the machine. We can use those applications, which are text classification, text generation, This is based on natural language understanding, natural language generation, and many other applications to understand the human language. Could be the spoken language, could be the written language, and for the sake of to start speak like a human or to start write like a human. And beside that, we have computer vision. Computer vision going to help all of those AI models and machines to understand the graphics, like how a human understands graphics, how a human understands videos, images, and we use vision to do every single task in a day. We drive based on the vision. We talk based on the vision. Sometimes we work also based on the vision, and everything based on the vision. So that's why we have computer vision. And then you may ask, so how those models, they understand human language, how they understand the human or the graphics? It's all about converting them. Those methods, all about converting them into matrix of numbers for those algorithms over here to understand those matrix of numbers and to create something alike or to start analyze. Okay, so I don't want to go that deep into the technical part. I just want you to understand what is going on. Then we have robotic and automation. This era is about using anything for automation. And as long as we are moving towards Industrial Revolution 5.0 from Industrial Revolution 4.0, it's all about robotic and automation. So robotic is going to be those techniques to combine everything over here with the IoT, with the hardware, to have a machine looks like a human, to act like a human and to do things like how a human doing their things every day. Or it could be a moving arm, or could be any device that is going to act or going to do stuff automatically. Then we have LLM, large language models. Those models, they are a training on a huge amount of data for the sake of generating alike data. And that's why we have a huge number of tools that we are using currently. All of those generative AI tools consider as being built based on the LLM. All right. So talking about the generative AI tools, by the way, it means I'm talking about ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot, Claude, and others. Those tools that we are using every day. So just a quick interconnection between all of those terminologies, the one that I mentioned here. So since 50s, we have AI. It was a rule-based. Everything was instructed. Everything was coded. The first application of artificial intelligence was the calculator. And then since 80s, when we started to collect data, when we started to archive data, when we started using those machine learning, I would say algorithms, those statistical algorithms, to start learning from the data for the sake of apply the learning on the new coming data. Or I would say to start learning from the predefined data to apply the learning on the new coming unknown data. So you have the data, you know what is the data about, you know what is the output, then those models going to learn from the data and learn about the output for the sake of the new coming unknown data to be known, to be labeled, and to start to predict things might happen. Since 2010, we started to use deep learning. Deep learning about providing more promising answers, more promising results, more promising accuracy than machine learning can provide when the data keep getting more and more. So deep learning has more capabilities when the data is really huge. And then since 2020 and this era or this decade is all about generative AI. And then generative AI all about learning from the data to generate alike data. Generative AI considered as an application of deep learning. Deep learning considered as a subset of machine learning. Machine learning considered as a subset of AI. So this is the interconnection. And we are still using machine learning, deep learning, and definitely generative AI. The types in terms of the applications of the deep learning and machine learning, we have supervised, we have unsupervised, we have self-supervised, semi-supervised, and reinforcement. Supervised is all about the prediction. As long as we know what is the data about, then we use it to learn from the data for the sake of apply the learning on the new coming data. Unsupervised, when we have a data and we have no idea what is this data about, then we use it to cluster the data, to segment the data, to group the data based on the similarity. Self-supervised is about getting knowledge from unknown data, starting to get insights from the data, or start to automate the process of fixing issues with the data. Semi-supervised is about label the entire data, the unlabeled data, the unknown data, which is considered as one of the main solutions for the big data, taking the advantage of the unsupervised and supervised. Reinforcement learning is about autopathing, is about using those like drones, those models. They are going to take an action, and the action is going to be judged whether it is a positive or negative, for the sake of keep doing the right action, avoiding the negative actions. So again, we are not going to go through the technical part. We want to focus on the understanding, and then we want to focus on the hands-on. Soon we will start the hands-on. But just for your information, all of us using all of these types of machine learning or deep learning every day, but we might not know. Like, for example, for the supervised learning, all of us using emails. And sometimes we receive junk emails or spam emails, and most of the time, those emails are the emails that we are looking for. So the supervised machine learning model is going to predict the new coming email, whether it is a spam or not. So this is one of the applications. Unsupervised. You search on YouTube, you search on social media, you search on e-commerce site. Once you search for something, then you will see a lot of other things going to be, all of other items or all of other content relevant to the thing that you search for is going to be recommended to you because of the unsupervised. Self-supervised. I think even me, sometimes we upload like PDF files, or we upload some data, some content to ChatGPT and other tools for the sake of summarization, for the sake of analysis, for the sake of questions and get answers from. Semi-supervised, this is like if you are into analysis, if you're into analytics, then you are going to use it to label data. Reinforcement, anything for the autopathing. And this is what we are going to adventure next. I think you have heard about, or maybe you didn't, you have heard about a drone taxi. So drones as a cap. A lot of countries, I think China was started first, and US started using drone to deliver goods, to deliver food, to deliver light items. Even now in Malaysia, they are working on the air traffic to use drones for delivery. But at the same time, some of the countries, one of them is Dubai, they started selling drones to be working as a taxi. So we are going to have drones as taxis, as a transport, and they have 1-seater, 2-seaters, and 4-seaters currently available for sale. So imagine next, you use a Grab app to order a transport to go back home from your office, and then you are going to have 2 choices. You want a car or a drone. What do you think is good? Are you going to trust the drone as a transport? Give me your thoughts. Maybe we can discuss about it later. Okay, generative AI. So generative AI is quite different from all of those stuff over here. Over here, it's all about learning to generate alike data. That's why we call it realistic data. And this is what we are facing currently, or this is what we are witnessing currently. Generative AI, AI agent, agentic AI is all under the generative AI technology. So what is next? Next is going to be moving from generative AI to AGI, artificial general intelligence. And this is what, as I mentioned, high-tech companies, they started talking about since 2020. And then these are the capabilities of AGI. And if I would summarize those capabilities, I would say AGI going to be the first AI module to learn by itself. Like whatever I mentioned here and even here, everything controlled by a human, everything developed by a human, everything based on the data that we have. If we don't have data, if we don't have the human involvement, we are not going to have any of those tools that we are using currently or modules that we are using currently. But AGI, it's supposed to be the first AI modules that is going to be able to learn by itself. because a human, they can learn by itself. A human, they can learn by themselves. AI couldn't learn by itself yet. So it's supposed to be able to learn by itself, and it's supposed to be the first AI model to be to have emotions. So imagine you have a robot at home. When you go back home after work, after a long day, then the robot say, "Oh, I miss you. I love you. Where have you been?" Yes. And we are going to have that. I think we already have it. If you go to YouTube, you just search for Elon Musk. When he was having a date with a female robot, he said, "This is my first girlfriend as a robot." He was having a date. He was having a dinner with that robot, and it seems we are going to have, like, as someone mentioned just now, AI as a partner, and this is maybe kind of could be awareness. They say the next generation, they are going to fall in love with machines more than a human because of AI. Okay, so this is the AGI. Please join us for our courses or join us for other workshops. We can dive deeper into the AGI capabilities and to understand more things about AGI capabilities. And do you think artificial intelligence is going to be able to learn by itself or not? This is what we can discuss later. Then after the AGI, going to be ASI. ASI going to be those models that it was said that they are going to outperform the human intelligence. So beyond the human intelligence. So whether you believe it or not, or whether you agree that AI going to be more intelligent than the human intelligence, maybe this is what we can discuss later by today. We are going to have the last 10 minutes for Q&A, then we can talk about AI going to be more intelligent than a human or not. Yes, you're asking about the slides. We are going to share with you all the slides later on. No worries. We give you the slides and we consider it as yours, free copyright. Okay, so the current state of the art of artificial intelligence, we are in this part still. So that's why I always say during my training, my talk, I said, with this huge demand of artificial intelligence, we still didn't reach the real artificial intelligence yet, which is supposed to be like a model or a machine that can really think like a human, or they can really mimic the human way of anything they are doing. So we are still need data. We are still need human involvement, human guidance, and the human judgment to develop those models to be used for others. AGI is supposed to be the first one that is going to be as intelligent as a human. Whether you believe it or not, we leave it for later. I will share with you also my thoughts about artificial intelligence. And ASI going to be those models that are going to break through a lot of things. Okay. We can discuss that later. We're going to open for discussion, but we just want to share with you as much as possible for these 2 hours. All right, so let's move to the practical prompt engineering, context engineering. Before we start with the prompt engineering and context engineering, I would recommend and I would highlight those tools to be used currently. So if you are aware of all of those tools, then that's good. If you are aware of more than those tools, then that's even better. If you are using other tools because you need them for your work, you are a master of that tool, that is perfect. But please start with those tools. I believe those tools are the most common and on demand currently in the market. Then you can start using and you can start mastering those tools. We will focus on NotebookLM. We will focus on Google AI Studio today. Because they are working quite different than other tools. We don't want to share with you something traditional everyone is using currently. And then I have those sites later on you can visit. This is to keep you up to date. You want to keep up to date with whatever going on, then I believe these sites are going to be the best tools to keep ourselves up to date. One of them is there's an AI for that. This website always helping me to trace the number of the AI tools that we have in the market currently. So let's visit together and then let's see what is the number for today. Yes, every day we have a different number of AI tools. Okay, so the number of tools, there is an AI for that, this website. Let me zoom in a bit. So the number of tools that we have currently, they are 50,259. 2 days ago, they were 50,900 something. I was having a talk, I was having a training. So every day you will see at least like within 100 tools released in the market. And if you want to look at those tools, then all of them are here. So you can see even when they were released, like 2 hours ago, 6 hours ago, 5 hours ago, yesterday, day before, 1 week, and then you can visit and you can check. So this is how a huge the number of the AI tools that we have currently in the market. So this is to give you a hint, or this is maybe a good message. Why don't we develop our own tool instead of using the current tools? We can develop our own tool as long as like we have 50,000 over. So it seems like everyone can develop their own tool. So we can develop our own tool. We can use it locally, free tokens, and at the same time, we can like maintain the privacy, and it's going also to be for free. So this website, you don't have to sign up. You can just visit the website, and you can keep getting yourself up to date about the tools and whatever relevant. Okay, beside that, a lot of other websites, please try to visit. So this website, Futurepedia, I use it to keep tracking tools on demand. This website, AI Exploria, I keep looking at those reliable AI tools because they have been verified by AI Exploria. And then many other tools, I believe, and I personally use them to keep myself up to date. And beside that, I also use this LifeBench. So LifeBench, this is going to help us to stop any argument. I can see like even me with my friends, like when we sit, have a coffee, have a drink, then we will start talking about, okay, ChatGPT is the best. No, Gemini the best. No, I like Copilot. No, Grok. No, others. So just stop this kind of argument and then to look at what is going on. This live benchmark, they have hourly updates, and then you can see all of those numbers to prove what is the best currently. Okay, let me give you a very quick example. Like, let's say you are interested in coding, like for example. So just click on coding, and then you are going to see based on coding, and there's this arrow to show you the ascending or descending in terms of the performance of those models. And then seems the best one currently for coding is the Claude Fable. And this is what Claude released like almost 10 days ago. They released it earlier, then they stopped it, then they released it back. And now even in Malaysia, we have it. And then next is the GPT 5.6. And next is the GPT Codex. And then you can see Kimi. This live benchmark is not only about to look at what is going on and what is the best currently, also to look at the competitors. Like, for example, for me, like 1 month ago, I didn't hear about Kimi. And I think maybe some of you also didn't hear about Kimi. But because of this live benchmark, then I got to know there's a Kimi. Then I started using Kimi. I have been using it for like a couple of weeks. I'm not going to give any comment about Kimi. I'm still using it, but I believe Kimi is going to be one of the good competitors. All right. So back to the slides. Let's start the prompt engineering. I'm going to share with you the prompting based on Google and based on the Claude. Google, I think those who were the first to release the tools or I would say the rules that you have to follow to perform the prompt. So based on the course that they have on Coursera, Google said the best prompt and the best prompt to start from is to start with a task. And when it comes to the task, you have to write the persona and then the instruction. Persona, it means you are going to ask that generative AI tools that you are using. You are going to ask that tool to act as a professional in the thing that you are asking for, to act as a professional, as an expert in something that you are interested in. And then instruction, So after the persona, then comma, then instruction is going to be about giving a clear and very direct question to be like to act about. So the instructions have to be clear and have to be quite direct. Then dot context. Context is, if you ask me, I would say it is the most important thing currently to develop and to use. And this is what I'm going to show you next. Then reference. Reference is going to be the format. So what is the format that you want to be, or what is the output it's supposed to be? You want the output to be into tables, into 100 words, into paragraphs, into points, into numbers. Then you ask for. Then you will get the result. You submit the prompt, you get the result, and then you evaluate the result. If you are happy with the result, then you are going to use it. If not, then you iterate. So this is by Google. And then the CEO of Claude was having a talk recently, and he mentioned that these are the steps of the prompt currently to be followed, and also maybe by Claude. So he said to start with the role. It's like the persona when Google mentioned. So an example over here. So this is the example. This is about procurement. So you ask Claude to act as someone professional in a procurement. So the example here, okay, you are a senior procurement strategist with 15 years of experience in sourcing, supplier management, and cost optimization. I think it's nice, clear, and very specific. Then the task, which is the instruction when we talk about Google. So task, so it's about creating a supplier negotiation strategy to reduce cost for our annual packaging category. All right. This is, let's say this is a persona and an instruction, or you call it role and task. Then over here, the context. By the way, the main idea and the main reason we are using context, because we want to limit those generative AI tools from providing wide information. They have been trained on a huge amount of data. So if you are not going to limit them, then they are going to provide us general information and could be sometimes irrelevant. Hallucination. Earlier, we mentioned about AI can get drunk sometimes, hallucinate. But when we are going to have the right context, asking about the thing that we are looking for in detail, then AI is going to be able to provide the most relevant answers, and then going to be able to limit it from being just wide. So over here, context. Okay, we spend 2.4 million annually packaging, blah, blah, blah. Then this is like what we are doing, and then reasoning. So reasoning is going to be about like how you want that generative AI to think about solving the problem, about solving your issue, or about the thing that you are asking for. So analyze market trends, supplier performance, leverage opportunities, risks, and recommend a negotiation roadmap. Condition, you put conditions to limit more. So focus on the cost saving and service level, blah, 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 all of those. Then here is the output. This is the output. This is the, I would say, the format. So the format is supposed to be like that. Okay. So my best advice, I'm going to insist on that. I think these are the best way to start with the prompt engineering. If you want to start with the one that was provided by Google, then please go ahead. If you want to start with the one that is provided by Claude, then this is even better. I'm not saying Claude even better than Google, but I'm saying these roles, these steps could be even better because they are into more details. And then let me show you, this is a prompt engineering. This is Kinda context engineering. Let me show you the meta prompt. What does it mean, meta prompt? Meta prompt is very simple, very straightforward, and the most powerful one. So I have this prompt engineer following Google rules. Act as business and AI researcher. This is what? This is the persona. Provide a report about the ROI of AI implementation in small businesses. This is what? This is the instruction. Then This is the context, and include current market data, case studies, implementation cost, and the project returns. Very specific, very direct, very limited, not just wide. And then this is the output. Make it suitable for small business. Clear businesses should be clear and informative. This is the output. All right. This is a prompt engineer. This is following persona, instruction, context, and format. Let's say if I want to improve this prompt even more, or let's say I'm like I have some thoughts, but I cannot express in the prompt. I have a few things to add on, but I don't know how to write it in the prompt. You try your best to come with the persona, with the instruction, with the context, with the format, and then let meta prompt improve that. So how to improve that? So this is the prompt that I have. Okay, this is the prompt. How to do a meta prompt? I'm going to copy this. Then this is what I'm going to do. Just before this prompt, I'm going to ask any of those generative AI tools, improve the following prompt. So I'm going to ask that particular generative AI tool to reconstruct my prompt to be in the way that how that generative AI tool to understand me well. Because each of the tool, they have their own way to understand us. And there is not going to be like an easy job to master a prompt engineer or to look at the prompt engineering for every tool. But when we do meta prompt, then we are going to have a better prompt. And this is what I found. So this prompt, I asked ChatGPT. I think ChatGPT is the best friend to everyone, right? I asked ChatGPT to improve the following prompt, which is this prompt. Then I got this result. You can see the result, very into detail, very into context. You see persona and instruction, nicer, act as a business and AI ROI analyst, write a clear, practical report, blah, blah, blah. And then include, you can see the context, how it is in details. So that's why we say it's not about the prompt engineering, it's also about the context engineering. And the context, always try to have them into numbers, into bullet points, and in sequence. It's always good to have them in sequence. All right. And then, and then this is the output. Or this is the format. Okay, let me show you another example. There's another example over here. You can try later. Sorry for just for the limitation of the time. We are not going to try together, but you try on your side. You are going to have the slides and you'll see a lot of differences. Okay, act as a senior audit and AI researcher with the expertise in audit and analytics and governance. Nice. This is what persona. Write a clear, practical report on the ROI of implementation of inventing AI and auditing for small to medium businesses, SMEs. Instruction. This is the context. Focus on case related to fraud detection, anomaly detection, documents review. This is the context. And then this is the formats. Meta report, structured, friendly, non-technical, with tables where helpful. So this is the prompt. Meta prompt, I asked to improve this prompt. Then you can see how the prompt become. And this is also by ChatGPT. You may have a look first. You can see the role, the task, the focus area, which are the context, and then this is the style and format. So please try to master this habit. Write your prompt if you are not really aware of the prompt, if you are not really happy with the prompt, and then you just ask that generative AI tool to improve the prompt. And it doesn't mean once you ask that generative AI tool to improve your prompt, then you are going to get the best prompt. No, you still need to read and to check. Maybe after you get the meta prompt, you will see there are a few steps are irrelevant, so you need to eliminate them. Or maybe you are going to have like an eye opener. Then, oh yeah, this one I didn't ask for. Okay, I can ask for other things. I can add a few other things. Okay, so this is how like we try to use AI to improve our skills with AI. All right. Okay, next I'm going to move to, I will revisit the prompt engineer and meta prompt again when you use Google AI Studio. But now let's work on the content creation and communication. Then we will do some research and knowledge work. And the best tool, I would say for now, it is considered as Notebook.LM. Notebook.LM, it is considered as the only tool that we have in the market, works in totally different way. All right. Then let's go to Notebook.LM and then we'll start work on Notebook.LM together. So yes, I believe you still can see my screen. So we go to Google and then you just search for Notebook.LM, one word without space. Okay, so this is the one with this logo. I'm going to click on it. Then you might be on this interface. By the way, Notebook.LM is considered as one of the model that it was developed by Google. And then the core engine of Notebook.LM, it is Gemini. So if you want like to use a pro Notebook.LM, if you want to use like more service of Notebook.LM, you don't have to like to look at Notebook.LM. You can, like, once you have a pro Gemini, then you are going to have a pro Notebook.LM. Once you have the paid Gemini, then every specification or every of those paid is going to be appear in Notebook.LM. I'm using the paid Gemini, by the way. So my Notebook.LM might have slightly, like 10% only, different specification than yours, which is fine. Okay. All right. So we are going to, okay, if you are at this interface, then you just click on create a new. And then this is the interface you are going to be. And why I said Notebook.LM works totally different than other tools, because any tools that you use, if you use Gemini, if you use Copilot, if you use ChatGPT, if you use any of those that I mentioned in the slide before, you are going to write your prompt. You are going to write the prompt engineer, or you want to improve it, you are going to write the meta prompt, and then you are going to submit your prompt. Then that particular generative AI tool that you are using, going to search into sources, and from those sources, you are going to get the result, or the generative AI tool going to get the results for you. So based on the sources and based on the research that generative AI tool is going to do. Over here, Notebook.LM, you are going to add the sources. And within those sources, you are going to start prompting to get results. And you are going to be able to build presentation, to build an audio file, to build a video, to build a report, to build a data table, and to build all of those that are available currently in this studio, which I found it very useful, very helpful, because I'm going to control the sources and I'm going to work on my data. So it's like the context engineering that I want to do, I have it. So I don't need to limit the generative AI tool. I already have the sources and the only sources that I'm going to use. Okay. And then the good thing about Notebook.LM, you can upload anything. You can use any source. You can upload your files. Like, for example, you can see, upload your files. You can have PDF. You can have media. You can have any files you can upload. You can get data from websites. You can get a YouTube video as a source. You can get from search engine websites as sources. You can get connected to the drive. You can see now I can get connected to my Google Drive, and then I let Notebook LM to access my Google Drive, or I can just choose it from Google Drive, some documents. All right. And I can also add some just plain text. If you have any plain text, then you can add. So this is the good thing about using Notebook LM. So just now I said we can add a YouTube video, is it? So let's see what will happen. All right, I'm going to go to YouTube. This is a YouTube. Then I'm going to search for, okay, as long as we are talking about AI for productivity, then I'm going to search Gen AI tools for productivity to be used in 2026. All right. So what are the generative AI tools for productivity to be used in 2026? So I want to do some research about it. I want to create content. Or let's say, okay, I'm in the research and development department and the blah, blah, blah company. Then I want to share with my staff. I want to share with the bosses about the new tools or the tools that's supposed to use or the tools that suppose the company subscribe for. Okay. Then from YouTube, then I have these results. So one of them over here, this is only 5 minutes. This is 12 minutes. So the AI tools you will actually use in 2026. And we have another one, the only AI tools you need. 12 minutes, over here 12 minutes. Let's say you are happy with this video. I'm just going to speed up the process, but later on you can go through, you can see which one is good for you, then you will choose. Let's say I found this one is good, then I'm just going to copy this video. I can visit the video, then copy the URL, or I can just get the link of this video from here. So copy the link. All right, copying the link, then I'm going to come back to Notebook LM, and then I click on the YouTube and websites. Then I'm going to paste. So this is the, sorry, I'm a bit under the weather today. This is the YouTube video, all right? Before I'm going to click on insert, I just want you to notice something. So once I click on insert, what will happen? Notebook LM will generate a name. So currently there is no name for this Notebook LM. So there's untitled notebook. Okay, once I click insert, in just a matter of a few seconds, you will see Notebook LM is going to be automatically named, and it's going to be named based on what is this content about. It's going to be quite relevant. And at the same time, I'm going to have over here, okay, let me close it. So you can see over here, this is considered as like my chatbot, or this is considered as the area that I'm going to prompt about. So over here is considered as empty. Once I add that link of the YouTube, I will have a summarization. Immediately, I will have a summarization of that YouTube video, even though it is considered as 12 minutes. But it's quite fast, quite efficient to use Notebook LM. Okay, let me show you. Okay, back. Then I'm going to copy this. Then now I'm going to insert. So maybe you can count it a matter of number of seconds. Is it like, I think 3.5 seconds, right? So this is the name of the Notebook LM, Essential AI Tools to Subcharge Your 2026 Workflow. This is the summarization. Surprisingly, Notebook LM, one of them for 2026. All right. And Claude, I think someone just now, Claude is the best. Yes, Claude is one of the best. One of the best is okay. All right. So this is based on the YouTube video that I added. All right. And then can I add more sources? Or let's say I have like a few sources, like those, let's say, okay, you are from research and development department. Then you have a few PDF related to your company, and all of those PDF files, they are based on the same topic. Then you can add them over here. Let's say you are from finance and you have a few Excel sheets, or you have a few like methods or things that you want to create a presentation about. You want to speed up the process. You want to think professionally. Then you can add them. By the way, you can click on Add Sources. You can add, you can see the bar here. Maybe you can just scroll down a bit on your side. You can add up to 50. Mine is a 300 because I'm using the paid account. If you are using the free account, you are going to be able to add free sources freely. Okay? Believe me, 50 sources to be added is going to be much, much more than enough. All right? So we are not here to encourage you to go for the paid accounts. We are not here to encourage you also to go for any of those paid tools. I'm using 7 of tools currently, and I'm paying for 7 of them. I'm paying a lot for these tools. And at the same time, I advise everyone not to pay for any tool. Yes. Why? Because all of them, they come with the free account. Gemini has a free account. ChatGPT has a free account. Daily free limit. Grok has daily free limit. Notebook also has daily free limit. Then you just utilize them, master them. You can move from ChatGPT. If you exceed the limit, then you move to Grok, and then you move to Perplexity, and then you move to Copilot, and then Gemini. So you consider going for the paid tool when you think that you are like really a master of that tool and you need to speed up the process, and you are like a huge fan of the tool. You want to adventure in the other features, or you want to save time, or you want to generate money, then you go for the paid one. And when you go for the paid one, by the way, keep in mind, it doesn't mean it's going to be free. You know, some of the tools, even with the paid account, they don't even last for me 1 hour a day. I have to wait to the second day, or I have to wait at least 12 hours. All right? Okay, so back to NotebookLM, this is one source. What about if I search from websites? So I need to add some sources from websites, which is relevant to the same topic. Each NotebookLM is supposed to be relevant to one topic, because you are going to create things over here, and then you are going to ask questions. Then each NotebookLM, I would suggest to have it for a specific or for a particular topic. You can create as many as you like of NotebookLM, or all for free. Or I should say, all with the daily limit of Gemini. But the good thing about it, okay, if you cannot like continue, you exceed the limit, then it's okay. You just wait the next day or after 12 hours, then you can continue. You are not going to start from the beginning. No, you are going to continue. All right. So I'm going to add from websites. Then I'm going to search for the same thing. Gen AI tools to be used. Gen AI tools for productivity to be used in 2026. Okay, now I have 2 options. I have one option, which is the fast research. If you are going to choose the fast research, then you are going to get immediately 10 sources. And then if you click on the button here on the arrow, you are going to have another option, which is the deep research. For those who are doing postgraduate, doing like a master or PhD, for those who are developers, for those who are from the R&D, for those who are like into deep things, or if you want like CEOs, C-levels, they are looking at a solution, or they are looking at something relevant in the market, then you can go for the deep research. And when you use deep research and then you submit this prompt, you are going to get 50 over sources. And those sources, they can be books, they can be journals, they can be quite from the academic staff, and they can be also case studies. Going to be a heavy sources. All right. But it's going to take much longer time to get the results, because it's going to be 50 over. So to speed up the process, I'm going to go for the fast research. Then I'm going to submit this, and you will see just a matter of a few seconds, we are going to get the result. We are going to get 10 sources. You can adjust the width over here, and you can see these are 3 sources, and then we have another 7 sources. If you want to look at them, you can click on view. Then we have all of those 10 sources. If you are like a little bit worried about any of those sources, you want to check whether the source is good, then you can click on this arrow. Like, okay, best AI tools for developers. Oh, wow, developers. Okay, let me check the source. Then you click on this arrow, then it's going to be open in a new tab. Then you can start reading about it. So this is the base for developers. And what was mentioned, the best AI tools for developers, I believe Claude, yes. Definitely Claude. I'm also personally believe Claude is the best for coding currently, even though Codex sometimes is better. Anyway, so let's say, for example, it seems that this source is irrelevant to the thing that I'm searching for. So I go back. This is the source. I just take it off. So instead of 10s, now become 9. Fine. You can see now 9 sources. If I'm going to put it back, then 10 sources. Or let's say I'm happy with all of the sources, then I'm going to click on import. So now importing those 10 sources. And as you can see over here, and instead of only one source, which is the YouTube that I added at the beginning, now I have 11 sources. And all of those sources are relevant to the generative AI tools for productivity to be used in 2026. This is a very good research. This is a very good knowledge. This is a very good, like, whatever you call it, is going to be something to do work for you. And instead of you keep doing a research, you keep creating content, you keep doing a lot of work, everything going to be done for you easier and faster. All right. Then you can add up to 50. I'm going to stop here. I want to go next. Then one more thing. I don't know whether you notice or not. This summarization is based on the YouTube video that I added earlier. Now I add 11, so I add another 10 sources. So I have 11 sources. This summarization is not related to the 11 sources. This summarization related to only one source. If you want to get this summarization updated, then you just refresh the Notebook LM. You can see once I refresh it, a matter of seconds, then I got the new summarization. Exactly. You can see and think you notice, or maybe later on when you watch back this recording, then you will notice the changes. And now this is considered as like my Gen AI tool. This is my Gen AI tool based on only those 11 sources. Then I can start prompting. Then I'm going to say, okay, what are the best 3-2 Gen AI tools for productivity to be used in 2026. So now, okay, I added sources that related to the generative AI tools. Now I'm asking about the best 3-2. Then I'm going to submit this prompt. Then everything is going to be within those sources. So I know my sources, I know my content. Then this is going to be very specific, very direct. Okay. Then let's move to the third part, which is the studio. This is going to take, sometimes it's taking up to a minute, few seconds, a bit longer, because searching within those. Then you can see this is the result. I think there is this tool highlighted on the best free option, maybe a new tool to ask for, to check for. And then this is the one, ChatGPT. I think ChatGPT is the one that everyone looking for. All right, then you can continue, by the way. You can continue prompting and doing things. Okay, let's move to here. This is considered as the, I would say, the most helpful tools. First of all, you can see on the right side, you can generate a presentation. By the way, for your information, each of these boxes, you can use it into 2 ways. You can just click in the middle, all right? Then everything is going to be generated by default. If like I'm going to click on the middle over here, you can see, then I might have an option or might generate by default. But if I'm going to click on the arrow that each box has, then I can customize things. Like for example, audio, I can click in the middle, then it's going to be default, and I can click over here. Let me show you. Okay, clicking on the middle. It's supposed to be not. All right, so now it's more to customize. So it's going to be brief, based on the number of sources. I think maybe on your side, you don't have it, the number of the sources, which is fine because this is the paid one, but it's going to be similar. Then this is, I'm going to create an audio. It's going to be kind of podcast. Then if you want it to be into different language, also you can change it from here, not necessarily to be in English, even though the sources that you add, they were in English. Then you can prompt about the thing that you want to focus on by using this audio. Okay, I'm going to click on a brief because I want to speed up the process to show you and to share with you the audio. I'm going to click on generate, then this is going to be generated over here. Then slides, I'm going to click on this. Then I can have like infographic deck and I can have the presentation deck. Presentation is going to be like the PowerPoint, exactly. And even we are going to save it as a PowerPoint. I can control the sources. If you don't have this option, it's fine. I can control the length. I'm going to have it shorter to speed up the process. And also we can have it into different language. Then we can prompt to focus on things that you want the slides to be. I'm going to click on generate. Then we can generate multiple stuff together. They can work in a parallel way. I can generate a video. I'm going to have it explainer. Then this is the style. This is the language. This is the prompt I can focus on. Then I'm going to click on generate. And by the way, most of the generative AI tools that we use for the paid one, they can generate videos for us up to 10 seconds. NotebookLM freely can generate for you videos up to minutes for free, not seconds, minutes. We can also generate the mind map. Mind map is considered as one of the best tools that I personally getting the benefit of it. So I'm going to click on here. Then based on 11 sources, I'm not going to write any prompt. I'm just going to click on generate, and then it will show you what is the benefit of using mind map. And usually, mind map can be generated quite fast. At the same time, while mind map is generating, I can create a report, and then you can see the reports. Can be brief, can be a study guide, can be a blog. A lot of companies currently, they are using generating a report to create a blogs. Then they can use it on their websites to improve the SEO and GEO. And also, you are going to get some suggestions. And those suggestions are going to be based on the sources. So you can focus on those suggestions as well. Or you can just create your own, click on create your own, and then a prompt about it. What do you want to be the report about? How the report you want it to be? Then you can control everything, and beside controlling the language. I'm going to skip the report. You can create a flashcard. So flashcard, let's say you are a team leader and you shared with your team a new idea and you want to see whether they understand the idea or not, or you want to do some brainstorming, or you want to look for solutions. Then you can use the flashcard. You can create a quiz. Maybe if you want to have an exam at your company, or maybe this is good for education. We can create infographic. Infographic can be a landscape, can be portrait, can be square. This is the best for the social media. Can be concise, can be standard, can be detailed. Okay, let's create one. It's a landscape. I'm going to go for the standard one. Then, okay, generate. Then we can create a data table. Data table, it is considered as one also, beside mind map, one of the like God sent to us. Imagine we have like 50 sources, right? We can add up to 50 sources. And then we need to justify and we need to analyze every source. 50 sources to analyze them and to have them in Excel sheet and to look at the details. Imagine 50 sources. How much time do you need? If you ask me, because I'm also doing a lot of academic stuff, 50 sources to have them in Excel sheet to analyze each source or each reference, going to take at least, I'm not going to say going to take 5 days, like each day 10 sources, this is the normal. If I am that fast, okay, let's say going to take only 2 or 3 days. Data table is going to take for me only maybe 5 minutes. So 5 minutes, we are going to get the data table, and then we can interact with it by using Google Sheet. All right, we are going to look at it. Okay, so let me share with you what was generated so far. So this is the mind map. So you are going to have a flow chart, or you are going to have, yes, the map road to whatever sources that you have. Okay, let me maximize it. All right. So this is the main header, AI productivity and tools 2026. So for video, for landscape, for coding, LLM, policy and governance, and impact analysis. You can see very nice, very clear. And I can also look at what is going to be next. So this is the main header. This is the subheader. And then I can go for the subheader. And as long as there is an arrow, then I can go for next. So you just look at it, and then whenever there's an arrow, then you can go next. Or you can just click over here, then you are going to open all. Then you can just zoom in, and you can see what is going on. And then let's say there is any of those parts, and you can control it, by the way, like that. There is any of those parts that you are not aware of. You don't know what is this about. Like, for example, what is a life cycle governance? I'm not really familiar with this. Okay, you just click on it. Once you click on it, it's going to be explained in the chat. We have this part, in the middle is a chat, right? Then it's going to be explained over here. And if you are happy with this roadmap, you can download it. You can have it in your presentation. You can have it in your website. You can have it on social media and so on. Okay, so you can see the life cycle governance. It was explained over here. All right, done. So what else it was done? This is the infographic. So you can look at the logo, and then this is the logo over here. So now I have the infographic. You can see just a matter of very few minutes, the infographic was created. Navigating the AI toolscape for 2026 from chatbots to autonomous agents. Nice. And this one, it was based on the sources. I didn't prompt, I didn't say anything. If you want something even better, if you want to focus on some colors, if you want to focus on design, then you can always prompt in the prompt sections. And then this is based on 11 sources. And then the audio was created. Can you hear the audio? The one that I'm playing? Can you hear it?
No, Dr. Baby, can't hear it.
Okay, just a minute. I'm going to share again.
Today, shifting from experimental chatbots to fully autonomous systems means we desperately need a completely new playbook for tools,
Yeah,
security,
thanks.
and budgets. First,
Okay, so you can see it's a kind of podcast. I will show you another audio, another one, and then you can see the presentation. Okay, let's play the presentation. Can you see my screen? Yes, I'm going to go for the play mode. And this presentation, it was done professionally, presented nice, and quite informative. So to come with this kind of a presentation, it's not going to be that fast. This is going to take a long time to come with such a result, I believe. So I think it's quite useful, and I think it's a tool that everyone should master for this year at least. All right, so we have a question. So could the presentation slides come with the audio? You can download, this is downloadable. You can download it and then you can download the audio, then you can match them. So in PowerPoint, you can just add the audio. And this is what a lot of companies currently doing. So they generate the audio, then they have it as a voiceover. Or you can go for the video and you can see the video might be is going to be good enough. Start generating the video over here. So this is going to be the combination of graphics and audio. All right. The video is going to take time. So a lot of things, please try to adventure due to the limitation of the time. We are just sharing with you as much as possible. But let me show you others. I have like, okay, for example, this one. Okay, so this is what I was working on. So something related to transformation. So next generation AI transformation and the financial landscape. I generated all of those. And then there's an audio. Audio can be the default one. And sometimes you are allowed to generate an audio. And this audio it comes with this hand. What does it mean? It means you can join the conversation. You are going to listen to people are talking, then you can join them. Okay, let me show you an example. Hopefully my settings is okay. I just need to do a setting. Just give me a moment.
So imagine for a second a banking system that, well, actually understands your financial
So these
life.
are two people are
Not
talking.
just, a digital vault that holds your money and sends you these generic credit card offers in the mail, but a system that actively comprehends your goals, your context, and your daily needs.
Which is a huge shift.
It really is. I mean, we were talking about a shift so massive that McKinsey actually estimates.
Whoa, did someone just break the fourth wall? Let's hear it.
So imagine for a second a banking system that, well, actually understands your financial life.
Right.
Not just, a digital vault that holds your money and sends you these generic credit card offers in the mail, but a system that actively comprehends your goals, your context, and your daily needs.
Which is a huge shift.
It really is. I mean, we were talking about a shift so massive that McKinsey actually estimates generative AI could add between $200 billion and $340 billion.
Hey there. Want to share your thoughts on this?
All right, can you share with me the best generative AI tools to be used for fintech in 2026?
Oh, we love that question. You are looking for the actual toolkit
Wow.
for 2026.
It is a great time to ask because the landscape has shifted towards specialized high reasoning tools.
Totally. If you are an investor, you have to check out FinChat.
It is basically like talking to a Wall Street analyst with real-time charts and metrics.
And for the pros, there is Zebra AI, which turns Excel files into management-ready reports instantly.
We also see open source powerhouses like DeepSeek R1 and Q13 providing incredible reasoning for almost no cost.
Plus, for fraud detection, there is a breakthrough called TinyZero that runs right on your phone.
What is fascinating here is that
Okay, all right. So you can see, I think this kind of tool is quite useful. By the way, this kind of conversation is going to continue. Then you can keep asking questions, and they are going to reply you, and then based on the sources that you have, I believe this is considered as like talking to people, talking to experts, based on the whatever you have over here. Please try to practice it. Time is running very fast. Okay, let me show you. I don't know whether that one was done or not, but the video was done over here from this notebook LM. Then let me show you the quality of the
You've heard the
video.
trillion-dollar hype about financial AI models for just a few. This turns global market.
So this is considered as the fast one. You can see it is 1 minute 20 seconds. We can have the portrait, we can have the landscape, and this kind of graphic and this kind of video is considered as quite nice to be used.
Gets into an automated grading system. Third, banking software is moving from passive to active. Banks are ditching simple chatbots for agentic workflows that independently execute complex tasks. They can compile documents, verify identities, and underwrite loans, as long as they act on unified customer data. And finally, massive institutional rollout is already
Okay, all right. So this is the notebook LM, and you can see this is my notebook LM. Like I have been using it since long time, October 20, I think much longer, maybe for this account. And by the way, whatever you create is going to be always there. It's going to be saved in your notebook LM. So like with the one that we created just now, so you don't have to worry about saving it. It's going to be automatically saved in your account. You can always revisit, and you can always start doing things, and you can continue working on it. Like the one just now, it's this one, right? No. Okay, this one is going to show you the one that you opened recently. Yeah, anyway, so you can always go back and you can, yeah, this is the one. So like, all right, so let's look at the video from here.
Welcome, everyone.
This is
I am
different
absolutely
than the
thrilled to
scale.
guide you through this explainer today. We're
And you
looking at
can
how
see this is 7 minutes. It's quite long.
AI has
And
finally
it comes with different graphics for each. Okay, and you can, by the way, you can download it and then you can use it. And by the way, I just want to share with you what is Google doing. So Google now, they are going to improve Notebook LM even more. Like for example, in the future, we might have a dynamic graphics for videos. Currently, we have only static. They just started with the dynamic. And then we also might have the presentation. Like a lot of people, they talk about the presentation. If you download it as a PowerPoint, and then you are going to use it. It's not editable, but we have this way to edit currently. So this is the presentation. Yes, they are not editable, but if you want to edit any of the slides, you can just click on the slide, then you click on the revise, then anything that you want to add, you just prompt about it, you submit, then it's going to be edited. Maybe in the future, this is something also Google think about when it comes to Notebook LM, then we can have the editable version of the presentation. All right, so I'm going to move to the other part. So back to our slides, we are going to work on the apps. We just want to share with you something which is quite interesting, and we believe it's quite important to look at AI in different way. And then this is definitely for productivity, for automation, and then to start with the agents or agentic AI. So now we can build landing pages, we can build websites, we can build web app, we can build mobile app by only prompting. So again, that's why it's very important to improve the skills of prompt engineering, context engineering, and meta prompt, because every single thing currently in our generative AI life can be done by using generative AI by using prompting. All right. So I'm going to share with you Google AI Studio. Then we'll try Artifact, Manus. You may try on your side, but I believe those 3 tools, please try to master them. Let's start with the Google AI Studio. Then we search again. Go to Google, then just search for Google AI Studio. So this is the one. This is another tool developed by Google. The core engine is Gemini. Then it is based on the daily limitation of Gemini. So I believe once you visit Google AI Studio, you might be on this interface. Or you might be on this page. Okay, let's zoom out a bit. Then yes, you are going to be on this page. I'm going to skip the playground. I'm going to share with you something is even more important. Could you please see build over here? If this one is closed, you just open it by these 3 lines. Okay, so a new app, click on a new app. We are going to start to build apps. So I'm going to click on it. Then you just prompt, and then you're going to create an app. You're going to create a landing page. You're going to create a website. Websites and landing pages, I'm going to leave it to you. You can try later. And then let's create an app, useful app, automation, and our simple agent. let's say we are in the era of the big data. I'm dealing with the data every day. I want to improve data. I want to improve the data analysis, and I want to build a dashboard. Okay, let's see how we are going to do it. All right, before that, we have a question. Is this called as a vibe coding? This is not a vibe coding. Vibe coding, it means you are using generative AI tool to create codes for you. Vibe coding, it's good if you are familiar with the programming language, if you are a master of that programming language. But vibe coding is quite dangerous if you are not familiar with the programming language. Like, for example, we are using Codex to generate code. We are using Claude to generate code. We are using Gemini and Colab, Gemini and Antigravity. A lot of IDEs currently we use for coding, they come with generative AI tools. Me, myself, like for training, for my master classes, I used to spend hours to create a code, then I share it with my trainees, then I share it with my students. Currently with the vibe code, I just spend like 15 minutes, half an hour to generate the code, but I'm good with Python programming language. So that's why using vibe coding is good. If you are not good with the programming language, please try to avoid vibe coding, because you might get some errors, problems. It's not going to be recommended, believe me. You are welcome to join us for the courses of Python programming language and whatever related to AI. Then you are going to master those tools, hopefully in the right way. Okay, so back to AI Studio. So I want to create a web app, and this web app, I want to use it with my colleagues, with my bosses, with my team. Not only me working on the data, everyone in the company working on the data. I'm going to do a simple one. Then later on, you are going to work on that. We are going to, okay, you have a question. Web app, is it website or an app? Web app, the difference between web app and website. Website, something static, something to get information from. Web app, something that you can interact with. You can upload data, you can get results. So it's an interactive website. So that's why we call it web app. Apps, it means a software that you are going to install it in your device, in your gadget, or in your PC. Okay, so I'm going to brainstorm. So the web app that I'm going to have to allow me uploading data, to check the data, to get statistical summary about the data, to list the issues of the data, to fix the issues of the data, and then to build the dashboard. All right, so I'm going to prompt it, then I'm going to do the meta prompt to improve. So this is an example. So I'm going to say create a web app for data analysis. Okay, let me zoom in, then you can read. For data analysis, should include the following tabs. All right, so tab 1 for uploading. So tab 1, uploading data. Tab 2, statistical summary about the data and checking the data, fixing the issues of the data. Tab 3 for the dashboard and visualization. All right, so tab 1 for uploading data sets, data set into different formats like .csv, .excel, and .json. All right, tab 2 for reading the data, the uploaded data set, checking the issues of the uploaded data set, provide an option to fix the issues of the uploaded dataset and to provide a statistical summary about the uploaded. I just want to emphasize, focus on the uploaded dataset. Okay, and then tab 3 for building a dashboard, for building an interactive dashboard. Should include at least 8 visuals. I would say 6 to 8 visuals. 6 to 8 visuals for showing the relationship for showing the relationship, for showing the features of the data set, the uploaded data set. And relationship among those features. All right, so this is the prompt. I can proceed with this prompt, but I want to work on something even better. Then I can improve it by having the meta prompt. Okay, you can see in this prompt, I didn't follow the rule. I can ask to act. So act as a professional data analyst, UI UX, and blah blah blah. But this one, because I'm using Google AI Studio, so I just started straight to the point. The only thing, if you are using meta prompt, usually meta prompt is quite lengthy, so you might utilize the daily limit of Gemini quite fast. Okay, so this is the only drawback of the prompt, meta prompt, but definitely you are going to get things in the right way. So I'm going to copy this, then I'm going to go to Gemini. So this is Gemini. Then I'm going to ask Gemini to improve the following prompt. Improve the following prompt. Okay. So this is the prompt. I will ask how Gemini is going to improve it. Okay, so this is the improve prompt. So act as an expert full stack developer and UI UX designer. Yes, creator of both interactive, blah, 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 web application. Then, all right, so you have to read it, the technical. So tab 1 for data ingestion, tab 2 for the data quality and the profiling, data health. Tab 3, interactive exploration dashboard. Yes, nice. Then delivery. Okay. So I'm going to copy it just like that, as simple as this, as the professional as this. So instead of this, I'm going to paste what was generated. So definitely this one I have to remove. Then all of those stuff are good. Provide a completely clean model, well coded, clean. Okay, I believe it's all good. Then in this case, so you can see this is the prompt. This is a meta prompt. quite into details, quite lengthy. Gemini will provide you the shortest meta prompt. If you go to ChatGPT, the prompt is going to be much longer. If you go to maybe to others, the prompt could be longer. Longer, it doesn't mean, okay, perfect. It could be, and most of the cases, it could be better, but you still have to follow and to check. But definitely, it's going to be the best solution in this era because, again, everything based on the prompt. All right, so we have the prompt over here. We click on build, and then you will see it's going to start building. Okay, I'm going to close this to look at it. You will see after a while, then Google AI Studio going to provide me options of the design. Then I will choose which design to suit me. So just a matter of a few moments. All right, so you can see we have those 5 designs suggested. I can browse from 1 to 5. So whatever I'm happy with, I will choose. And let's say none of them I'm happy with, I can click on skip. Then Google AI Studio will suggest for me a design. Let's say I'm happy with the first one, sleek interface. Then I clicked on it. Then I'm going to click on select this design. So after clicking on selecting this design, then Google AI Studio now is going to start preparing the app. I'm going to share with you the 1 million USD, better, right? Than RM, the 1 million USD thing that I found. When it comes to building those web apps, when we use meta prompt, most of the times I will get things done much faster than using a simple prompt. Why? Because the generative AI tool over here is going to be very, very clear about the thing that we are looking for, then they are going to get the results for us. When we are quite simple, then they need to do longer research to get for us a bit relevant or more relevant results. So using meta prompt could help you also to get faster results. If any of the gentle people here joining us into Java and to UI UX, I think you are going to be happy to see this. So you can see the preview. The preview is to see the results, what is going on over here, and what are the steps that Google AI Studio working on. And into coding, you can see the coding so far. And then you can see how Google AI Studio building coding. Just a matter of a few minutes, you are going to get that web app. By the way, this kind of web app that we are going to get soon, UI UX people, developers, Java people, they spend days. They spend could be weeks to come with this result. Currently, we are spending minutes to come with such a result. And it's not only that. Whatever is going to be developed here, I can start using it on my data. I can upload data, I can get results. At the same time, I can share it with you. You can use it to work on your own data. I'm not going, even though I am the owner of this web app, but when you are going to use it on your side to work on your own data, I'm not going to be able to look at your data. And same goes to you. You are not going to be able to look at whatever data I have uploaded. So it's like not only developing the app, at the same time deploying the app. So the app is going to be workable for me and for you. But it's going to be, I'm the owner, and it's going to be under Google AI Studio. Then later on, while this one is working, later on, you are going to ask me, so what is the next step? So the next step, you can publish it. Publish it, it means what? It means to have that web app to work independently. If you want it to work independently, then you need to have a host, and then you need to have a domain. All right? So having a host, having a domain, then this is going to be your choice. Or if you are wanted to be used locally in the company, then you can just have it on the company server. Then it's going to be an app to be used locally in the company. Or if you wanted to have it as a business idea, then you can develop something and then you offer it to people to subscribe and use your services. This could be also a very good business idea. Okay, all right. So while this one is working, and I just want to maximize the time for you, I'm going to go to Claude. For those who are using Claude, then this is one of the best to use now. And for those who are not using Claude, please try to start adventuring and using Claude. Okay. Sorry. Let's go down here. Yes. So this is a Claude. Right? Just make sure Claude AI, not the third party. And then if you open the sidebar over here, you are going to find the Claude artifacts. Claude artifacts, you are going to be able to build the same thing by Google, like the one that you are building by Google AI Studio. Then you click on a new artifact. Once you click on a new artifact, you are going to find these options. You can build all of those. I'm going to build the web app. Then I'm going to click on apps and websites. If you have no idea about the thing that you want to build, you can brainstorm by answering those questions with Google, with the Claude, or you can just paste the same prompt that we have just now. This is the prompt that it was that was provided by Gemini, right? Then I'm going to submit it to Claude Artifact. Then you will see Claude Artifact will start building the same thing for me. I would leave it to you to look at the differences. Maybe you can try both and you see which one is going to provide you better results. Yeah, definitely Claude is totally different from ChatGPT. Claude, it works by, Claude is considered as another generative AI tool. Okay, Gemini is still working. So far it's 700 seconds. So just a matter of a few minutes and then you'll see the results. If not, I will, yeah, we are like about the last 10 minutes, no worries. I will show you what I have created earlier than while this one is working, but I hope will be done shortly just to prove that how nice to use this. So now I think the last part, which is applying the interface. I think we are almost there. Artifact also is working. Both of them are working for us. Come on, guys, faster. All right, so while those two working, I would suggest if you start adventuring in Manus. Yes, this is the one. This is Manus. This is the one that under Meta now. It was developed by China and now under Meta. And since there is a bit of things going on, then might be back to China again. So if you ask me personally, I would say Manus is one of the most powerful one. Manus is the one that was started with automation. Manus was started with the AI agent. Manus started with the agentic AI. Manus started with the reasoning. And in the market, everyone copy everyone. So that's why we have all of those things. But Manus was the first one who started. Manus developed by China. I think everyone didn't hear about it because whatever developed by the Asian people, Asian always quiet. But when something developed by Westerners, then they will make the whole social media busy about it. So that's why we know ChatGPT, we know Gemini, we know others. But those guys, they do think perfectly quietly. All right, come on. Okay, we are almost there. All right, let's see artifacts. Artifact also working for us. Okay, let's answer this question. Can we create our own FM model for any application using those development? Yes, you can. Yes, definitely you can. for sure. Okay, so the good thing about Google AI Studio, so you can see like all the steps shown here. And by the way, it is the same thing like Notebook LM. So whatever you are going to create is going to be automatically saved in your account. And by the way, Google AI Studio is also under Google, developed by Google. And then the core engine of Google AI Studio is Gemini. And the good thing about it, so you can create something today, and whatever prompt and whatever thing is going to be always here. Then you can improve. Let's say you exceed the daily limit, then you can improve later. You can work on it later. Okay, so while this one is working, I hope it can be done. Usually take a few minutes. Okay, let me show you what was done before. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to have a different tab to look at my account. Then these are my apps. So whatever you are going to build is going to be automatically stored in your app. This is switch account. Oh, yeah, sorry, I need to switch accounts. All right. So like, for example, I built the landing page yesterday. I was having a training. So we built the landing page. This is related to solar energy. So you can see this one, it was built yesterday, and just loading it. So whatever you built before, you can just come back and load it. And this is a landing page. So for doing marketing, for having new services, you can see this is a landing page. You can scroll. So this is what was done by just only simple prompt. By the way, this prompt was very simple, not even a meta prompt, because we want to maintain the daily tokens of Google AI Studio. And you can do things even more professional. It's everything based on the prompt. And back to my, you can see all of those apps that I have built, like the EV analytics. And yeah, see what's going on here. Yeah, it's about to be done. Which step is now? It is the dashboard. So you can go back to the code and you can see, and even generating the code, you can look at it. Okay, you can see artifact was done. Okay, let's try artifact first before we, but we have an error. I think, okay, let's try it and then we can fix the error later. So I'm going to maximize it. So, okay, so this one's supposed to allow me to upload. Yeah, there is an error. Okay, so let's say on your side later on, you are going to have such an error when you are building it. Sometimes this kind of error could be related to the browser. So I'm going to ask, okay, fix the following error. So whatever thing over here that you think is not relevant or you want to change, you can prompt again and you can continue improving this web app. But as you can see, it's supposed to work. It's going to work. We can upload any of those formats. Then we are going to look at the data health, and then we'll look at the dashboard. So now it's working on it. Okay. Yes, done. So this is the one built by, just now built by Google AI Studio. All right. So data ingestion, let's maximize it. So you can see the design, I think, is nice. So data ingestion, so I'm supposed to be able to upload the data. And at the same time, it seems like there is a demo data. But let me try uploading the data. Then, okay, I have a data here. One, it is related to e-commerce, customer service data. And this data has an issue. And see how fast. And this is to look at the data over here. This is a data health. So seems we have these issues. Missing values, we have in these features. Missing data. And then we have duplicates. So, and this is the comprehensive statistics about the features. This is a numerical feature, and then this is a categorical feature. You can see how handy, how professional. So I'm going to, okay, drop duplicates. Then we can fix those issues. Then I'm going just to, definitely at your side later on, you can like look at them, you can change how to fix the issue of missing value. All right, done. Numerical features, categorical features. And then over here, we have the data visualization. So this is my dashboard. So I already asked for 6 to 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, then I can change it from here. But anyway, oh, it seems it's 1 o'clock. I talk a lot here. All right, let me share it with you. You can try on your side, and then you can try at any time. And okay, you can share it by having anyone with the link. All right. I believe it's going to work on your side. You can upload data and you can get results. Quite nice. It's quite impressive. Okay, so I should just stop now.
Hi, Dr. Obey. Thank you so much. I think, yeah, since it is 1 o'clock, but I also want to use this opportunity for anyone who has any questions that maybe they are curious about to either leave your questions in the chat, but feel free to also unmute yourself to ask the question directly to Dr. Obey. So yeah, I'll give a couple of minutes for everyone to leave their questions. But if you don't have any questions, feel free to just leave any emoji, be it the hearts, and then we'll just move on to the closing. But if anyone has any questions, yes, Zulika, you raised your hand. You want to unmute yourself? Zulika? But okay, no worries. If no one has
Okay, all right.
any
Yeah, please go ahead.
questions, yeah. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to just leave them in the chat, or unmute yourself if it's easier for you. But
I have shared my LinkedIn profile for people to connect. You can ask anytime. Yes,
hi,
please.
Ruben. Yes, sorry.
I just want to, because just now you show that you can access the code, right? And then I see there's a bunch of libraries in the app that you develop, right? Let's say I want to play around with the code, I want to tweak it to my own rather than just using the AI, you know, where can I look through the API reference library?
Yeah,
Like how to use them?
Fantastic questions. Yes. Okay, let me go back. Just a minute. Yes. Okay. So this is the one that I have shared just now, right? So
Yes.
this is the code. You click on the code, and then there's an option called export. Then you can just download it. The whole thing going to be downloaded, or you can just open it directly with Antigravity if you are familiar with Antigravity. All right.
Okay. Like we can download the code, right? But the libraries, like when you're using them, like the syntax, like where can we look up for those? Like how to use them, how we can tweak the code in that, so that we can customize the app ourselves as well.
Yeah, everything is here. So everything in this part. So if you are okay with the React, then did you use React before?
No, I use like Python.
Oh, I see.
Uh,
Yeah.
But I can actually learn it off. I just curious where I can look at the source so I can read up and try it on my own. Yeah. That's normally it's an API reference library, right?
Yes. Everything is here. Everything is explained here.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I can just export. I mean take out
Just
the
download it. Yeah. And then you can manipulate the codes.
Oh,
And then
oh, cool. Thanks. Because I'm just wanted to do something like that, and it's a faster way for me to learn as well. Because
yeah, definitely. Yes.
but because I was asking because I see there's so much in AI tools for non-code, and I'm actually from a background from coding, so I would like to actually develop it on scratch or maybe pre-train using coding method itself.
All right. So what I do, I use this method. I use Colab. Did you use Colab before?
Yeah.
Okay, let me show you this example. All right, so this is what I did like last week. I built a model. This is for I have a master class for master student at Sunway. So we built a regression model, and then we went through all the code, and then to build a predictive model. Then I use Gemini within Colab to build the model for me. Definitely, I'm familiar. I used to do this manually before, but now I just want to speed up the process, and this is what we call it vibe code. So you can see I built the whole thing, even the deployments.
Wow, cool.
Yeah, so the deployment done. Then I practice also different algorithms. I tune the parameters. Then I came with the result. Even the interface web app also was built over here.
And if you were to do the non-code way, you should be getting almost the same solution as what you did as a coder, right?
If you are a coder, I believe you are going to get a better results.
Better results, right? But if you use the prompt method also, you should
sorry
be...
guys, if I know that we're a bit late, 6 minutes over. Because I do want to close it up because I noticed some people are waiting and couple of people have already left. Ruben, if I'm not wrong, Dr. Obey, you mentioned that you did share your LinkedIn, correct? Your LinkedIn profile.
Yeah. Okay,
Yes. So
here is the code. Maybe you can figure it out.
Oh,
maybe
okay,
Ruben, you
thanks.
could reach out to Dr. Obey on LinkedIn, and if you have very specific questions, it'd be great to direct it at him.
Okay, thanks.
But thank you so much. But if anyone has any questions, I don't want to take up too long of everyone's Saturday as well. So once again, really appreciate everyone's time here today, and 2 hours on a Saturday. Really appreciate that. So give yourselves a round of applause for showing up today. And before we go, I do want to highlight that a number of individuals have asked about the recording. And yes, a copy of the recording and the slides will be shared to you a couple of days later once we've made the recording public. So we will be sending that over to your email. And just to highlight something from the Tanah Lab side as well, in support of Malaysia's National Training Week that's happening from the 20th to 26th July. So we are actually offering several free training courses to everyone, open to everyone. And this link will also be provided after this session. So please do check your email. It can appear in your spam inbox as well. So please also do check your spam inbox and do check the inbox of the email address that you used to register for this event. So in the event that you do not receive an email from us, you're unable to locate it in your inbox, feel free to email us and we'll be able to share that link over to you guys. So yeah, so this is part of our contribution for the National Training Week, Malaysia's National Training Week. So this is open to anyone and everyone. And we also have several programs and opportunities for different type of individuals, be it if you're looking for career opportunities or if you are looking for career transitions, we also have programs available. So all of these information will be available in the email that I sent over post the session. So all right, so one thing as well is, and no more further questions, then we're all good. I think once again, thank you all so much for attending in on your Saturday. Yeah, thank you also so much and have a great weekend.
All right. Thank you so much for attending. Yes. And thank you so much for having me.
No
Sorry, I was
worries.
taking extra time.
No, thank you so much, Dr. Obey. And to anyone that has questions for Dr. Obey or anything specific on what he talked about, feel free to drop him a message on LinkedIn. He's more than happy to help.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Take care.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye-bye. Sorry, Rihanna, how many people did join us just now?
So I think max was 70.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
So we will send out, Dr. Obey, would you be able to also share your slides with me and then I can attach it in the email?
Yes, you just give me a message, then I will share
Yes.
it. I'll share
I'll
it
drop
now.
it. All right. Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right. Thank you all so much, guys. I'm just going to end this call and it will log everyone out. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.